What's good, fellow Outcasts and other rejects? It's Karmpit here, and welcome to WTC, the Anime Outcasts. First things first, we upload anime what-ifs. Secondly, we hope you enjoy our content, and if you do, make sure to like, subscribe, and ring that bell. Now, let's get into the video. To understand my story, you need to do something first. Believe in the impossible. Can you do that? Good. You see, as a kid I was quirkless. I dreamed of becoming a hero to become the impossible, to save others when they needed it. My name is Izuku Midoriya, and I am the fastest man alive. My story is simple. My whole life I have been running, usually from bullies, especially my childhood friend / bully Kachan. Sometimes I escaped, sometimes I didn't. Later that day, a 4-year-old Izuku returns home, crying. His mother, Inko, who immediately tends to her son's injuries while tears are flowing down Izuku's eyes. "Tell me what happened," Inko said, putting bandages on Izuku's forehead as an innocent Izuku looks up to his mother. Just because Kachan has a quirk doesn't give him the right to bully people like me who don't have a quirk. It's not right, Mom, Izuku says in between sobs. "I know," Inko says, confiding to her son. "I guess I wasn't fast enough," Deku says, looking at the ground in utter disappointment. "No, Izuku, you have a good heart, and it's better that you have a good heart rather than fast legs or even a quirk," Izuku's mom responds, giving a young Izuku a hug. But after that night, I was running from something much, much scarier. Something I can never explain. Something impossible. Unknown to neither of the two, Izuku's life was about to change forever. Waking up in the middle of the night from a large bang, Izuku sees his house completely trashed as villains terrorize his neighborhood, while a man in a suit filled with utter shock and confusion. Izuku hears a terrorizing scream, causing him to immediately jump out of bed, heading downstairs as he sees multiple villains surround Izuku's mother, Inko. Immediately catches a glimpse of her 4-year-old son pleading for him to run. "Run, Izuku, run! Don't let him touch you!" Inko screamed, causing the villains to look at young Izuku. "Leave my son alone!" Inko pleads, as a masked man in a suit slaps her aside, heading towards Izuku. A frozen Izuku watches in horror as the masked man heads towards Izuku. Just before the masked presence could finish him off, Inko attracts a frying pan and throws it towards the masked man, turning his attention back to Inko. "You annoying little pest," the masked man exclaims as he's activated his quirk. Red lightning starts emitting from his arms, forming what seems like a blade. Inko looks right into her son's eyes, saying her last words that she will ever say to her beloved son. "Izuku, I love..." Only to get cut off by the masked man as he plunges his bladed arm into Inko's chest. The last thing Inko could ever hear was a scream. As we move to present day, a 14-year-old Izuku wakes from his daymare screaming, causing the entire class to look at him gasping for air. "Izuku, are you alright?" the teacher asks as Izuku gets a hold of himself. Yeah, sorry for the sudden outburst. Just that I miss my mom so much." Izuku starts to cry once again. "Listen here, you damn nerd," Katsuki says, turning towards him. "I know you had a rough childhood, but that's 10 years ago, Deku. You need to face the facts that she's gone. Look, I'm really sorry for your loss, but you can't change the past," Bakugo says in a calm, aggressive tone. "It's not that simple, Kachan," Izuku mutters quietly. Just when the class is about to end, Izuku's teacher announces they will be going on a field trip to a place called Star Labs, as they have developed a particle accelerator which will be turned on that night. The accelerator itself will be unlimited energy to Japan. This excites Izuku, causing him to do usual muttering to the annoyance of his classmates. "Hey, Deku, you're muttering again," as his childhood friend and adoptive sister, Ochaku Uraka says, poking at him, breaking him out of a trance. Oh, sorry, Uraka. I didn't know I was mothering again. It's just, after that night, I have been obsessed with science. I just want to be like everyone else, to have quirk. Izuku explains, causing Bakugo to burst out laughing. Quirks don't just drop out of the sky, Deku. You'll never get a quirk. It's not like you'll get struck by lightning and get some type of quirk that's impossible. This causes an already insecure Deku to hide in his embarrassment while Uraka comforts him. You see, following the death of Izuku's mother, Uraka's father takes Izuku into his family as he had a close relationship with Izuku's father, whose whereabouts are unknown. Ever since that day, Izuku and Uraka have become very close, so close that, in fact, Izuku developed a crush on her, but was too shy to confess his two feelings to her. Also, in this timeline, Bakugo isn't as much of a bully towards Izuku that much compared to an actual canon. This is because following the death of Inko by the hands of All for One, Katsugi realized that tormenting Izuku is wrong. He feels really bad for having seen his childhood friend go through such a traumatic experience, but usually keeps his distance from Izuku. He still teases the boy here and there, but it's meant with Uraka protecting her stepbrother over the years. Later that day, on the graduation trip, Izuku's class boarded the bus taking them to the Star Labs. The bus ride itself was uneventful, except for Izuku was taking all of the science to Uraka and how the particle accelerator will benefit the entire country once it launches. You need to get yourself a girlfriend, Deku, Uraka states immediately, causing Izuku's face to turn red in a flash. I don't think I'm ready for that yet, Izuku responds as the bus grinds to a halt. Exiting the bus, Izuku and Uraka meet up with the rest of the class while the teacher takes the class on a tour to the facility, showing them around the laboratory. This causes Izuku to take notes about fusion and astrophysics, hoping that this will grant him a quirk. Passing through many scientific rooms, only a nerd like Izuku can understand. As the day quickly goes by, as one of the scientists was explaining the benefits of a new form of energy, while the class was listening to what the lead scientist had to say about what they mean the large particle accelerator, a hooded figure snacks Uraka's purse. Hey, he stole my purse! Uraka yells as Izuku immediately gives chase to the hooded thief. Eventually, Izuku manages to catch up to the hooded assailant. Hey, it's not nice to steal a young girl's belongings! Izuku screams as the thief turns around, revealing to be an amateur villain. Oh, and why's that? The villain asks, slowly transforming into a sludge-like monster, causing Izuku to freeze in place. Because it's not right, Izuku responded by throwing his backpack towards the sludge villain, charging towards the sludge monster, only to be caught by his slimy hands. You're mine now, kid, the sludge villain said, slowly devouring Izuku from the inside out, as the green-hand boar shrieked in fear, slowly slipping away from consciousness. Your body will suit me much better than my previous one, the sludge villain commented, nearly taking over Izuku's body. Izuku felt like he was being suffocated from the inside out. Just as he was about to fade in total darkness, a voice broke the tension. Keep your hands off of him, Pro-Hero mutters, attacking the sludge villain, forcing him to release his grip. Landing on the ground, struggling to catch his breath, Izuku quickly took up to his feet, bolting out of the room as fast as his 2 feet would allow him, leaving the Pro-Hero to deal with the sludge villain. Sometimes it passes as Izuku reunites with Uraka and the rest of his classmates. Oh my god, Izuku, are you okay? Uraka asks him to give him a hug. I'm fine, Uraka. Thanks for asking. Izuku replies just as the same Pro-Hero that saved Izuku walks out and approaches the two, the sludge villain trapped within a bottle. I believe this is yours, young lady, the Pro-Hero says, giving Uraka her pink purse back. Oh my goodness, my purse, thank you! Uraka shouting with joy, happy to have her belongings back. Make sure to keep out of trouble, said the Pro-Hero, turning his head to Izuku. And as for you, young man, what you said was reckless, but brave. You could have gotten yourself killed. Next time, leave the pros to do their job. Pro-Hero said, lecturing Izuku. If only I had a quirk, Izuku retorts back quietly as the pro hero leaves. That night, the launch of the particle accelerator was about to happen. As Uraraka and her parents watched the news downstairs, Izuku was in his room, or should I say a makeshift lab, looking at a board covered with news articles from that night and potential villain suspects that matched Izuku's profile of the man who killed his mother. As rain falls onto the house, crackles of thunder breaking the silent night from time to time, Izuku took out his family photo of him and Inko. "I'm so sorry, Mom. I wasn't able to save you. But I'll find the man who killed you and bring him to justice. I will be the next All Might," Izuku says to himself. All of a sudden, the entire house starts to shake violently as he notices that something is wrong, looking at his TV as the news reporter reports the launch of the particle accelerator. "We are now being told to evacuate this facility. The thunderstorm may have caused a malfunction in the primary cooling system. Officials are now desperately trying to shut down the particle accelerator, but so far are unable to regain control of the facility." Updates to, all of a sudden the electricity cuts out, leaving the house in complete darkness. As the sound of rain and thunder can be heard outside, Izuku looks out the window, such as a huge explosion of light engulfing the entire city in seconds. Izuku, out of curiosity, opens his skylight, only to see the thunderclouds above him as the chemicals start to levitate out of their beakers. Before Izuku could do anything, a large bolt of electricity struck him, sending him back into the shelf of chemicals, engulfing himself with chemicals in the process. At that very moment, Uraraka and her parents run up to Izuku's room, only to see a motionless Izuku. "Deku!" Uraraka screams, running towards the young boy, only to be held back by her father. "Don't shock, you'll be electrocuted," Uraraka's father yells, holding her back. As the ambulance arrives and the paramedics take Izuku into the back of the ambulance, 14-year-old boy struck by lightning? One of the paramedics yelled, hooking up to an EKG monitor. "How is he even still alive?" The other paramedic asked, as a flash of light trickles across Izuku's face, causing his heartbeat to stop. "No heartbeat. He's coding," one of the paramedics states as he quickly loaded him in the back of the ambulance. Such as Uraraka runs out of the front door, approaching the EMT. "You can't be here," one of the paramedics says as she quickly escorted back to the house by police. "I'm family! Deku!" Uraraka screams, tears flowing down her eyes, seeing Izuku being taken away by the EMT. Just as the ambulance drives off, leaving Uraraka alone. 9 months pass. Izuku wakes up in a strange room. Where am I?" Izuku asks as she sees a muscular figure on top of him. "Ah, you're finally awake, young Midoriya," said a familiar voice. "Is that..." Izuku asks, regaining his vision to see the number one hero, All Might, beside him. All Might?" Izuku jolts up as Recovery Girl and Principal Nezu attend to Izuku. "How long was I asleep and where the hell am I?" said a panicked Izuku, to which Principal Nezu quickly responded by putting his paws on Izuku's arm. "Midoriya, please, you've just woken up from a 9-month coma. I need you to calm down." "I've been asleep for 9 months?" Izuku screams out loud, shocked to hear the amount of time that went by during his comatose state. "I never knew that my life would change forever. First, my mother was murdered by a villain, and I was unable to stop him. Then I got caught in the midst of a particle accelerator explosion while having the odds of a bolt of electricity striking me only to wake up 9 months later. Something tells me life has something in store for me. All I can do now is run towards the future." With that, Izuku Midoriya's life has changed forever. What will happen next? Find out next time on part 2 on What If Deku Had the Speed Force. Thanks, Outcasts and Rejects, for watching till the end of this video. If this video gets 20 likes, we'll continue this What If. If it gets 50 likes, we'll upload it this week. Don't forget to subscribe and like this video to get the next part early. Okay, and I'm Karmpit, and I'm going to have my links to my YouTube and Twitch in the description below. If you guys would like to see that, just let me know, and I will see you guys later.